people have actually applied their minds to how boards operate, how executives operate. First of all, boards think, they don't do. Management does. And we started about governance with rules, and they became mindless tick box exercises. So today, around the world, governance is referred to as principles and with certain practices to achieve those principles. And it has to be mindful. And in the work I've done, to see whether you've been practicing good governance, which, as you correctly point out, is very important, you should achieve at least 4 outcomes. That's value creation, as you pointed out, but in a sustainable manner. Because of the degradation of planet Earth, because of the atrocious conduct of the limited liability company towards society over at least the whole of the 20th century, where financial profit was aimed at increasing the wealth of the shareholder, but subsidized by society and the environment. And it was a period on planet Earth that actually changed the approach to society and the approach to what are we as Homo sapiens, the superior creature on planet Earth, actually done to the planet that helps us to survive. Well, we have degraded it, we have abused it, and it was for financial gain. And as you point out, there's financial governance and there's other governance. Well, when I was chair of the United Nations on governance and oversight, it was there that I really learned about sustainability issues and got deeply into it. And at meetings in Geneva with the International Federation of Accountants. And they agreed with me 3 very important conclusions, which became a driver to work I did after that. I'm talking now about the beginning of this century. Financial statements and reporting is critical, but it is not sufficient for directors to discharge their duty of accountability to the company, this incapacitated person, of which they are the heart, mind, and conscience. The directors should not report to a particular stakeholder. The belief was that you reported to shareholders because they were seen as the owners of the company. Now, shareholders have no attributes of ownership. The shareholder cannot go into a company and remove a pen. It's a theft because it's the company's asset. It cannot use the company's assets. The director cannot enrich him or herself by seizing a corporate opportunity. It would be a criminal and have civil consequences. So what is this incapacitated person made for? It has to have a purpose. And the board needs to get together and make sure that this collective mind, because it's the collective mind that actually makes those business judgment calls, has agreed the purpose for which the company has been formed. They ask the question, or should ask the question, what are the value drivers of this business? How are we going to drive this business in a valuable manner and a sustainable manner? So what are the key risk indicators? What are the key performance indicators? And then the directors have to decide as this collective mind as to what are your long-term goals? What is it you want to achieve in the end? And it's interesting that we started off at the beginning of the century calling them non-financial aspects. Then it became other things, and eventually we arrived at ESG, environmental, social, and governance. And today it is being argued that it should be GES, because the most important thing is governance. And if you don't get your governance right, you're going to have adverse impacts on society and the environment.
Yeah, that's really key.
Is absolutely critical. And research has shown that enhanced governance, better governance, results in better performance and achieving those goals which are intended.